All right, Coach Lansing, can we get an opening statement? Questions?
Well, I thought we beat a good team tonight. They are very well coached, and we knew they were coming into it. Watching film on them from last year as well as this year, they play with a really good purpose at both ends of the floor. I thought Leland King was a Manny A-Rop type player. He could be a good player in our league for sure. And they were all that we can handle for the entire 40 minutes, and commend them and wish them good luck for the rest of the season. And I thought we played better. We played probably closer to half the game as well as we need to. In the other 20 minutes, we still are doing a lot of things that we have to continue to work on. We didn't start with tremendous energy in either half defensively. I thought we were a little tentative and playing a team like that, which is teams like in our league, they'll do that to you. They run their stuff, they execute, they reverse the ball, and we have to put a little more pressure on them and make things a little more difficult for them, and certainly not give them 14 offensive rebounds. You know, you got to guard a long period of time there. We had some guys, obviously our two veterans with Christian and Devontae making a bunch of plays for us, but we have to get other guys involved. Justin's got to get more involved. He's got to get himself more involved. I got to do a better job of getting him involved. And anybody that comes in and contributes, because we can't ride Christian and Devontae like that and just rely on them, because they are our two glue guys for the most part on the defensive end as well. So a lot of good things by a lot of different guys, but we have a long way to go to be a good team yet.
Questions?
Wake up, baby.
At one point, it was 58-54, and the next three possessions, Lansing Brown had 3 field goals and a 3-point play. How important was that?
It was huge, you know, and then we got up, and Q tried to make a quick play, and Trey tried to make a quick play. We get up 9, and right there you take it to 11 and to 13 instead of doing that. But Devontae, he did that in our IUPUI game. He's a tough kid, he's a competitive kid, wants to win. He's got to continue to listen and learn on stuff, but you can't fault his effort for sure, and that was a huge point in the game.
There was a time when I was thinking maybe you ought to petition to be on the defensive end of the court, both halves, because the defense got you that nice spurt at the end of the first half, and then start of the second half, they went back to running their stuff and executing, and it was a ball game again.
And, you know, if you let teams just be comfortable and run what they want to run, they're probably going to get a good shot, and that's what those guys are. They're good, smart basketball players that know what they're trying to do at that end. I mean, King got 20 shots, and Cedric got 13. You know, those are a couple of their guys that they rely on, and it's the same way with us. But we have to be a little more aggressive. I think with some of the depth and athleticism and quickness we should have, we have to try to take things away from them a little bit and not just stand back and let them run their offense the way they. Because teams, again, like you look at St. Louis didn't let us do that, and we got quick and didn't run very good offense. So we have to do that, and then there's going to be teams where you're just going to have to guard them and block them out and try and make them make a tough shot.
I'm pretty nostalgic for Miles Walker.
You are pretty nostalgic for him. I take him. I take somebody like him every year. We like the guys we got. You know, you look at TJ, he's a lot younger than Miles was, and Big Murph is only a freshman. Those guys are going to get there, and those guys are both a little better offensively than Miles. But if you get somebody that plays as hard as that cat, it really helps, because Miles was as good a ball screen defender as I've been around.
Coach, I thought we showed a little more patience, and our shot selection was a little better this round. Want to comment on that?
It was a little, you know, and then you get up 9, and Q tries to drive in off without any passes, and Trey does it the next possession. We have to do that. St. Louis and Brown both defend you in a way like a lot of teams do in our league. When the penetration comes, their defense collapses. So you've got to go in there, draw the defense, and move it. And the guys have seen it on tape. They know that. They're trying to make plays. They got to make plays for their teammates. If you're driving in there, you're going to have to be able to give it up. But we did. We moved it better, and I thought we got good shots.
Does this officially mean Q doesn't redshirt?
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, he can help us. So we talked a lot about it, Andy, and Q went back and forth with it, because you can still see he's got the pad on his hand. He thought he was behind because he didn't practice a lot, but he was into it every day. He's great energy. Works awfully hard. He's all fast twitch now. I mean, this kid's an athletic, explosive kid that's a great teammate, and he can help us. You know, It's tough. We leave it up to the other guy all the time, but then yesterday when he saw Alex, get hurt and knew he was going to be out for a while, he said he knows he can help his team. He certainly did in the first half tonight.
So what is Alex's status?
Don't know yet. He is out tonight. Probably won't make him do anything tomorrow, and then we'll see after that.
And I need to get some Austin Peay stuff, so I don't have to call you tomorrow.
I don't know anything about Austin Peay.
I'm guessing probably
I'll watch them
different-
tonight.
a
If you
different-
want to come and ask me here, you can hang around here for about 2 hours. You can ask me in 2 hours. I don't even think about what the next game on the schedule is. We got somebody in that locker room that's already been watching plenty of them. He's ready for them, and he and I will talk here.
Good guess to say they're probably a little different style.
I don't know. I really don't. I know, basically, I think Belch is scouting him. I heard him say to TP the other day that they got a really good big guy, and that's all I know about him. And I know they're a good coach. I know that guy's a good coach. I do know that. And we're far from being where we need to be, so every game we're going to have to bring it.
You're 3 games in now, and obviously there has been some improvement from the first game, so that's got to be nice to see. And like you said, you only played really 20 good minutes, but you still came out with a win, so that's got to be encouraging as well.
Yeah, the tough thing on that one is you come in that locker room and play 20 good minutes, and that's better than what you did before. What if you lose? And that really sucks. And we got beat by a good team the other night, but we really played poorly in spurts and missed a lot of shots and missed front ends of free throws, just stuff you can't do. And it's a maturation process. It really is. I love these guys, and they want to do well, and they know when they make mistakes, and we are going to continue to get better. I promise you that, and hopefully that's good enough.
Do you think just gaining experience and maturity is kind of the answer to all of that?
Yeah, but I just wish they were already mature, so we didn't have to learn like that. And we had the luxury of 4 seniors last year that had the ball in their hands and made a lot of plays for us, and we got 4 veterans in there with 2 seniors, and those guys do a lot of it. But we have to play all those guys, and we kind of tell them you come off the bench with energy and enthusiasm, with a defensive mindset, and don't be that weak link. And we try to let them play on offense, which shows. They make mistakes, but that's on me. I don't want them playing and feeling like they got shackles on themselves on the offensive end.
With 3 games in, what do you think works and what do you think doesn't work right now?
Well, that's a pretty open question, but there's a lot. There's several things on both ends of the floor. I think on defense, our communication has to get better. Guys have to be more resilient throughout a possession, and we have to keep the ball in front of us and not let them drive, and then just give them one shot. They had 14 offensive rebounds tonight. It's hard to guard, work your tail off, then they get another one, you got to do it again. On the offensive end, we have to continue to push it, but you have to get a rebound to do that. Try to get baskets in transition, and then move the ball and do those things. And I always put on the board man and ball movement. It's not just passing it around the perimeter. It's you have to move too and get guys chasing you, and not be afraid to make plays. So all those things and more.
Anything else?